strong, you'll survive, and you'll keep your dream alive. It's the battle frontier. Pokemon, be the best you can be and find your destiny. It's the master plan. The power's in your hand. Pokemon.
Hey guys, how's it going? As you know, it's still Pokemon Month here at Animation Station, so I decided to do a review of the Pokemon Heroes movie. This is the 5th film in the franchise, after following from Pokemon Forever, and this one is a very, very interesting movie, very gripping and fascinating. And we have a lot of things to talk about with this one, so let's just start right in with the good, the positive things, the things I actually really liked. And the one thing I gotta say that this one has an advantage over Pokemon Forever right off the bat is its setting and the use of it. The setting they use in this one is so cool. Like, I know it's just the Pokemon version of Liverpool, England, with an entire city pretty much on top of water, but it still works and it's still cool. And the name Altamare, I gotta say that's a really cool name. And unlike the last one where they had a really cool setting, it was the forest, but they didn't really take full advantage of it till like the last 15 seconds. This one takes full advantage of its setting to its maximum potential, and it's a massive plus. Again, the action and adventure is still great. The adventure aspect is still there. The action is still really good. The animation's still really good. And then the best part of this movie is the Pokemon themselves, Latios and Latias. These two are some of my favorite legendaries, especially Latias. Nothing against Latios. He's really cool and he does keep me invested, but we spend a lot more time with Latias because she grows this connection with Ash and she hangs out with him more. And then, yeah, that's pretty much all I can say. It's still really cool. And then moving on to the mixed aspects. The mixed aspect for me was the story because, yes, it starts off really well, but it spends just a little too much time building up. Like, it feels like it was 40 minutes of build up and maybe 20 minutes of payoff and climax. It's a bit anticlimactic is what I'm saying, but it's not bad. It's really just a nitpick. And the other mixed aspect for me was that it would have been cool to see like Latios and Latias and like fight another Pokemon instead of we'll get to them. Because they do have cool powers, and they are really cool Pokemon. But, I don't know, I feel like it could have been used more. And my other big nitpick with this movie in the mixed aspect, it's not bad, it's just mixed, is that, Brock and Misty are not really utilized all that much. Like, their screen time is, like, cut almost in half by the new characters Leonard and Bianca, and of course the legendaries Latios and Latias. How many times am I going to say that? And then moving on to let's move straight on to the bad, because there's only one big bad in here, and it keeps it from being on that level of the first movie. The villains suck. Like, the villains are terrible. They are the same pretty girl gone bad cliche that I have seen a dozen times in these cartoons, and that is a massive disappointment because the villain in Forever wasn't perfect, but he was at least intimidating and did his job as a villain. These two just feel like the same stupid dumb blonde stereotype that we've seen a dozen times. And it's a real shame because the way they're introduced in the movie at the very start, it really has like this spy noir sort of feel, and it looked really cool, but the villains don't do much of anything aside from drive the plot forward, and that's why I don't like them and why they're the only bad thing I can say about this movie. Real quick before I give you guys my final thoughts and my final verdict, be sure to let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and if you enjoy your content here, then be sure to like this video and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single video in the future. So my final thoughts on Pokemon Heroes. I loved this one, straight up loved it. I mean, I was so close to... I really, really liked Pokemon Forever. It was mostly because of Celebi, let's be completely honest, but... This one doesn't rely on just its legendaries to make it a good movie. It has great animation, its setting is really cool, its story, while a bit mixed, is pretty good. The new characters are good aside from the garbage villains. Latios and Latias themselves are really interesting Pokemon with really distinct and likable personalities. And it's just a really fun time. My only nitpicks are that it has a terrible villain. Yeah, it has terrible villains. Brock and Misty do not get enough screen time. I mean, come on. Brock is my favorite character. Yeah, I know. You thought I was going to say Pikachu, but nope. Brock's my favorite Pokemon character. Because he's... Not only is he voiced by Seto Kaiba, but he's also hilarious. And at the same time, being smart. I don't know how he does it, but he does it. And... yeah, basically the big nitpick here are the villains. Not Team Rocket. Team Rocket's used way better in here than they were in Forever. In Forever, they were used as an afterthought. Here, they don't play in the plot at all, but they are the butt of a lot of funny jokes. This is probably one of the funnier films in the series. There is a lot of jokes, a lot of good humor, and none of it's juvenile. It's well written, it's well portrayed and well voice acted, which is nice to see for once. But yeah, I straight loved Pokemon Heroes. It's my second favorite film of the franchise, just right below the first one, like just by a hair. And by a hair, I mean a final verdict of an 8.5 out of 10. Literally half a point, just because the villains are such garbage and they get way too much screen time. I cannot put this one over the first, but man is it close. It's my second favorite Pokemon movie right now. It is very good. I highly recommend it. For Pokemon fans, and just for animation fans in general, it's a really good time. I mean, I'm not the biggest Pokemon fan, but I did still really enjoy this one. Even as an animation critic, I enjoyed it. I don't know what's wrong with the Metacritic people. They keep being way too harsh on this movie, and need to stop giving it 5s and 4s and 6s. That is just way too harsh. Not to mention wrong and inaccurate, and feels like it was just written by a bunch of bots. But yeah, this is a great movie, guys. Check this one out if you haven't seen it. And that's all I have to say. So thank you guys for sticking with me as Pokemon Month continues. And until the next video, I'm Jack Small, and I'll see you next time.